We're counting down the top 10 worst movies of 2023. So if you're ready, let's count them down. Some honorable mentions worthy of the list, but just didn't make it on for one reason or another, are The Flash, one of the worst films of the year.
Pathetic.
As does the Christian multiverse saga, The Shift. Oh man, that was a beauty. And let's not forget about Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken, a massive flop. And worthy of inclusion in our list, but alas, we only have 10 spots available. Here are the Poprageous top 10 worst movies of 2023. Pens and papers ready. At number 10, we have Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Not only did this dumpster fire lose over $100 million, but it did so for good reason. It had no redeeming qualities and had one of the worst villains ever to appear in a superhero movie, with a horrendously written script that tried hard but died even harder. And it proudly sits at number 10. At number 9, it's Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Easily the worst Transformers movie to date. This dog boasted cringeworthy scenes as it tried to join the League of Movies, preaching to audiences about social justice and woke awareness. If I had to list some of this movie's strong points, I'd probably start with, let me think about this. It would be,
There's nothing good about it.
At number 8, we have Haunted Mansion. If you were lucky enough to have seen this god-awful movie, you know how bad the script was and how excruciatingly mundane it was trying to sit through it. With subplots that appear out of nowhere and a storyline that did nothing but put you to sleep, this movie failed miserably at being the least bit entertaining and lost Disney almost 200 million smackers. Next at number 7, we have AntMan and the Wasp: Quantumania. One word: MODOK. Do I need to say any more? This is a movie with size 8 feet trying to fit into size 12 shoes. Ant-Man is a completely underwhelming superhero. Add that to a muckfest of visual slop, sprinkle on top a stupid story that feels like a 3-year-old's finger painting project, and you get this Disney Marvel garbage superhero movie. Settling into number 6, it's Blue Beetle, another DCEU train wreck that proves there are so many more ways to make an absolutely crappy movie than you ever imagined. This is a B movie trying to dress up as a big budget film with a superhero only a handful of people ever heard of. The villains were about as threatening as a dead two-legged cat, with a plot and storyline that tried to be funny and clever, failing miserably at both and managing to lose the studio $100 million. At number 5, it's Wish. Disney tried to proudly market this abysmal animated film as its 100th anniversary movie celebration, but it came in across looking as though a group of high school creative writing students were given the reins to put this movie together. Wish hit a new low for Disney Animation Studios with a plot and storyline that forces itself to try and be modern and witty, but ends up being a hollow color-by-numbers movie, losing over $200 million for the Walt Disney Corporation. Well done. At number 4, we have Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom. This was the final movie in the DC Extended Universe and was perhaps also the low point, being arguably the worst movie in the entire DCEU. This is a movie that was cut up and sliced with shoots, reshoots, edits, re-edits to become a garbled mess held together by long bouts of exposition as it tried to form a coherent story out of a flimsy and uninspired plot. And they managed to keep in plenty of Amber Heard to irritate the fans even more. At number 3, we have The Marvels. This is a movie that also saw Marvel Studios fall to new lows, proving that there are mindless zombies at the controls at Disney. There is nothing good that can be said about a movie that boasts the worst villain in superhero history, a sloppy cheese-filled storyline with plot pieces forced together that pretend to be an actual story, with a trio of female superheroes that pretend to be friends. The Marvels exemplifies how bad the superhero genre has become. Proudly at number 2, can you guess? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. If the feeble minds at Disney wanted to take an iconic character like Indiana Jones, beat him down to a pulp so hard as to leave only a trace of what he once was, and then replace him with a strong female character, they succeeded. What's even more disappointing is that Harrison Ford was a willing participant and agreed to make it all happen for a paycheck he didn't need. I have no doubt that as he looks back reflecting on this movie in shame, he would give that check back so the beloved character he made iconic could return to pre-Dial of Destiny glory. Thanks, Harrison. And our number one worst movie of 2023, can you guess? It goes to Expendables. The name says it all. How do you even begin to describe a movie that flopped so hard and was so bad that even the people who work at the movie studio didn't want to go see it? The Expendables was so bad that it nuked its entire own franchise and completely destroyed it, bringing an end to the franchise that at one point looked like it could go on forever. But this radioactive trash was a complete embarrassment to anyone that was associated with it. And you can safely say that it's just complete dog shit. Dog shit. And our number one worst movie. Check out our top 10 best movies of 2023 right down here or somewhere on this page. That's all we got, folks, but we will see you next year when we count them down all over again. Cheers.